Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Thought I'd bring you guys and gals along for the ride today and talk. This is just a talking video. Don't get caught up on all these distractions, folks. There is stuff going on. A lot of it's little stuff. Ooh. The hole was bigger than it looked. A lot of it's little stuff. Stuff that I feel maybe it's not even worthy of talking about on the channel. But it's happening all the time. Little whispers. Some of it, there's no proof to it. Some of it, it's just personal stories that people have. Interactions with the government, interactions with their job. Things that they're being told by their employers or by people around them. And I believe it's an indicator that all this stuff that's going on, it's kind of leading us down a particular path. Orchestrated. We've said that before. And while that's happening, we're seeing all these distractions. And I could be wrong. In some ways, I hope that I am. Some ways that I really hope that I'm not, because I think there needs to be some kind of, I don't know how to put it nicely. I hate to use the word cleansing or culling, but I think there definitely needs to be some major changes. Something needs to happen. We can't just continue down this path forever. And I think, personally, again, this is all just my thoughts, that the stuff that's happening, that's all in the news, most of you probably don't watch mainstream news. I don't. I occasionally see little snippets and clips that's posted online, but I don't watch any of it. But if you were to watch it, and you were to see what they're putting out as the latest news stories, so much of it is, you can just smell it. You can just smell that it's either fake, it's orchestrated, it's hyped up, it's planned, and it's all being done to make you look over here while this hand over here is doing stuff, sticking its hand in your pocket, taking away your rights, building their future utopian new world order, great reset society, whatever it is, whatever. And I just wanted to get on here and say, while most of the time I may not have specifics, and I think that's the same way with you. You see things online, you try to figure out what's legitimate, what's fake, what's, because there's fake stuff on both sides, right? It's not just one side with all the fake junk out there. There's fake news and stuff on both sides. So we have to filter through that as best as we can, mostly just using our brain and trying to figure out if it even makes sense or not. And then determine, what's really going on. Because, again, I could be wrong, but we're headed down a particular path. We're headed down a path following the whole plan of the Great Reset, Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, all of these plans that they've been working on for decades. These globalists, these world leaders, these heads of corporations, corporations, banking cartel, all of them. They all have a plan, and they all need us little peons to take our place in that plan. And the only way for them to do that, and the only way for them that they figure for us to be in our little spot that we're, the pre-planned location, is get us all terrified, get us all fighting with each other, get us all hating each other, get us all distracted, and ultimately get us all believing that the only one that can save us, the only one that can bring about peace finally, that can bring about normalcy, is them. The government, the leaders, the bankers, these globalists, all of this. They're the only ones. They're the only ones that have a solution. You and I, we're not smart enough. I mean, the president says that some people are so dumb they don't even know how to get online. I mean, they can't even get online and figure out where to go to get a driver's license. I mean, that's how low they think of us. They think so low of us that they just abandon Americans in other countries where terrorists, kill them for no reason. We're not that important to them, in case you haven't figured that one out. What is important to them is their agenda. They believe that they're somehow godlike creatures or whatever, and that only they can save the planet, only they can save humanity. If they have to get rid of a few 100 million or a few billion people to save the rest, then that's justified in their mind. I know what I'm saying sounds crazy to some people, but most of you probably not, because you know as well as I do, I'm not just sitting here making this stuff up. I'm not pulling this out of my head. I'm paraphrasing the many, many different things that these elites, these globalists, these world leaders, these bankers, these politicians, these heads of corporations have said for decades. This is what they talk about. And it used to be, when I was younger, that when they talked about this, it was all in secret. And you had to dig around to find it, and they would deny it. And you had to, put pieces together and read between the lines. Nowadays, they don't even do that. Nowadays, they just say it right out in the open. I mean, I'm going to show this clip here just for a second. It's just a few second clip of Klaus Schwab. If you don't know who he is, you should. He's the head of the World Economic Forum, the one that's pushing this great reset. World Economic Forum is basically the front organization for all the world leaders. If you look at their membership, which is around 2,500 people, it is the top 1% of the human population, or the top 0.5 or 0.3% of the human population. Big old tree leaning down the road. They are the who's who of the globalist elite. And he openly talks about changing humans into something different. He openly talks about taking advantage of this health crisis and taking advantage of how the world has changed to make it into something better and something new. This fourth industrial revolution. Anyways, here's the little clip that I was referring to.
Industrial revolution is, it doesn't change what you are doing. It changes you. If you take genetic editing, right. Just as an example, it's you who are changed.
See? It's not about being human. It's what we're going to be once they get done with all their gene therapy and their genetic manipulation, because that's what they want to do. There's videos. They put out these promotional videos. This is stuff that I can remember 10, 15, 20 years ago. The more extreme conspiracy theorists would be talking about this kind of stuff, and everyone's rolling their eyes thinking, man, this guy is a nut job. Go crawl back in your cave and put your tinfoil hat on. You're crazy, right? And now they're putting out these cushy little promotional videos, these public, service announcement type videos, these little commercials, explaining how it's going to be a wonderful world. We're all going to be genetically modified, just like all the food that you eat. We're not even going to be human anymore. It's going to bring into question what it means to be human once they get done with everyone.
The very idea of human being some sort of natural concept is really going to change.
Our bodies will be so high-tech, we won't be able to really distinguish between what's natural and what's artificial.
Inside our own heads is the most complex arrangement of matter in the known universe.
You might ask yourself, can we get to be superhumans?
They never say how they're going to do that, right? They never say the process. Does that mean that everyone's going to have to line up and go into some medical clinic and have everything altered, or are they already getting it done by getting stuff shot into their body and everyone's too oblivious and to know what's really going on? Is that it? Who knows? They never really give it into the details. They just say that this Great Reset is bringing about this big fourth industrial revolution, and the revolution is not of new technology. It's not like, we're going to have the newest, latest, greatest computer that's even faster. And guess what? You can't wait till the new iPhone comes out or the new Android. That's not what they're talking about. What they're talking about in this revolution, industrial revolution, is changing you and I. Changing you and I. That's what they're talking about, okay? Not about more advanced computers and cell phones and driverless cars and stuff like that. We got that stuff already. And if you look into a lot of the developers, the scientists that do this kind of stuff, they're saying that we're kind of reaching the end of that we've pretty much maxed out our ability when it comes to the type of computing and the type of technology that exists today. That we need to make this new quantum leap, this evolutionary leap into some type of new technology. Well, the new technology isn't some new type of computer. It's a new human. It's a new person, a new type of man, a new type of woman. That's what they're talking about. And they're very open about this. This is a big part of what we're being distracted for, people. I saw a meme the other day someone sent to me. And basically it says, this guy's sitting here and he ought to realizes that the society has collapsed. Everything's coming down. It's already happened. And he's just waiting for, the bullets to start flying or something like that. And then this other guy's over here ranting and raving about, while everyone, the meme is everyone else, they're complaining about, high gas prices or something like that. And that's what's happening. We got people, complaining about the high gas prices. Oh, we've got this congressman saying this, and this senator saying this, and we got this happening in Afghanistan. China and Russia are doing this, and we got this new election coming up in a year or so, and we got to get the right person, and so that we can get the right person in 3 more years or whatever. And then we got to, this bill is being proposed, and this thing is being, and we got to, all the states got to get together, and we got to, vote on the new constitution and all this kind of stuff. All the while, the people that are really running the show are kind of sitting back there going, let them have their fun. They'll be different, non-human, changed, whatever it is, before too long anyways. We'll have complete control. I know, you're probably thinking, man, Travis took his crazy pills today. This is their own words. I mean, I'm paraphrasing it, of course. But this is the kind of stuff that they talk about. I mean, I just showed you that clip of Klaus Schwab talking about their future plan to alter humans to the point that we're no longer humans. They've got these, I've already said, these commercials and all these plans that they put in place to change humans into something that we're not. We're no longer going to be, humans, or at least like we've been. alter our DNA, and they're going to implant artificial intelligence into our brain. I mean, Elon Musk has been talking about that for a long time, and all the stuff that Bill Gates and all these other people at Google, people at Amazon, you know, all these tech giants, they're all working on that kind of stuff. You know, they don't care about improving the website of Amazon and your shopping experience. They don't care about improving Facebook to making it more user-friendly, or you know, providing real internet in your home. You know, I know Elon Musk is saying that he's doing that, kind of doing that. What they're really working on, all these elites, the technology that they're really putting their efforts into and their money into, is basically hacking the computer, the human brain, tapping into it, and taking control of it in a sense. You know, the merger of technology and human DNA and human, you know, flesh, organic. This is out of like an extreme sci-fi movie. You know, I mean, this is the kind of stuff that it's even more far-fetched than what you would watch in like a Star Trek or even a Star Wars type stuff. This is crazy stuff that they're talking about. And they're talking about it like it's just normal as can be. They're talking about it like it's just a good thing. We all got to accept it. I've seen polls. I'm sure these polls are probably not true. And they're probably funded by people like Klaus Schwab. But these polls of where have interviewed, or they've taken polled young people, you know, millennials and Gen Zers and stuff, and asked them, you know, their opinions of, you know, advanced technology and the merger of humans and technology and all this kind of stuff. And of course, they overwhelmingly support it. They can't wait for it. These young people, it's because they've been conditioned their whole life to crave this technology. And to just wait for the newest iPhone and the newest, you know, some kind of gadget that they put on their body. And now they won't have to put it on their body. They won't have to carry it in their pocket. It'll be inside of them all the time. There was a TV show, and I cannot think of the name of it. If I think of it before I post this video, I'll put a little thing up here of the TV show. And it came out recently in the last 3 years, and my wife and I, most of the time, if we watch anything, of course we don't have like TV service, but we may watch something on our phones in the evening after the kids go to bed. And usually, if we watch anything, it's for that, you know, educational purposes of seeing what they're planning, what's really going on. This is a mainstream TV show, okay? And I cannot think of what it's called. But anyways, it's this dystopian future, but, you know, it's kind of like Brave New World. Not necessarily dystopian. It's advanced, high technology future. Hold on. I'm going to drive through a creek there. And they've implanted this technology into humans. And it's basically, you know, everyone's connected, and, you know, you no longer have like cell phones and cameras and all of this different technology. It's all in your head, because this technology's in you. There's no libraries. You just access it. There's no internet. There's no computers. You know, it's all in your head. You just do it. You just access it. And of course, you know, by the end of the show, it shows why that's such a bad idea. And it's crazy sounding, but guess what? That's exactly what they're doing. That's what they're planning. So, while all this stuff that's going on, that is horrific, some of it is bad stuff. This stuff in Afghanistan, there's real lives that's been lost, and I suspect things are just going to continue to get worse over there. And who knows what the overall plan is just for Afghanistan, because I'm sure there was a reason this is being done this way. Just remember that there's like a much bigger storm brewing. You know, don't get so focused on the tornado that's happening when you forget that there's a massive hurricane, you know, coming right behind you. it's all part of their plan, folks, to distract us, to keep us busy fighting with each other, keep us busy in fear that we're all going to catch something and die, or that we have to, choose whether to get it in our bodies or go to the store or whatever. When in the end, their diabolical plan in the end is way worse than any of this stuff. Like this is only just some of this stuff that's just paving the way. It's just testing us for the big things that they have planned. And I'm not making it up, and I'm not blowing it out of proportion. I'm just repeating in my own words what they themselves have said, what they themselves have printed, the videos that they make. Joe Biden himself, he goes to the World Economic Forum. He's part of it. They all are. They're all part of it. And they put tons and tons and tons and tons of videos and documents out telling you exactly what their plan is, what they're going to do. Oh, they put some, sugar and icing and little flowers and, all that kind of stuff on it to make it sound good. That's what they're doing. And they're pretty open about saying what their plan is. And it's just crazy to me that so many people don't even know, don't even care, or don't even believe it. All right, folks. Don't, again, get caught up so much in the distractions that you're not aware of what's really going on behind the scenes. Because you don't have to look too far to figure it out. Like I said, they just flat out tell you nowadays. All right. Thank you all for watching. Catch you in the next video.